Life's a bit tricky sometimes, as Bluey says, especially when your favorite show tugs at your heartstrings harder than Dad trying to open a pickle jar. This story has laughs, sniffles, and maybe a few, for real life, moments. Grab some tissues and a sausage roll and let's explore in, because if we can't cry and giggle at the same time, are we even watching Bluey, right? We all know Bluey has a way of sneaking past your defenses, but this episode, it strolls in all sunshine and giggles, then whacks you in the heart like stepping on a Lego barefoot at 2 a.m. In the show, Bluey and Bingo put on a wobbly little play about their parents' biggest life moments, how Bandit and Chili met, tied the knot, and the happy moment Chili got pregnant. The whole thing is adorable chaos, complete with costumes that look like they were held together by sheer willpower and sticky tape. Then the laughter stops. Bandit reaches for Chili's hand, and their faces shift. The room goes quiet. What was just a fun skit suddenly feels real. Kids might shrug it off. Just a dramatic pause, right? But parents? Oh, we felt it. And it wasn't just in our heads. Joe Brum, Bluey's creator, confirmed that this scene reflects Chili's miscarriage, a heavy, unspoken grief told without a single word. It's rare for a children's show to touch something so raw, and even rarer to do it with such grace. Bluey doesn't spell things out, it lets emotion do the talking. 1 minute you're laughing at Bingo hamming it up, and the next, you're staring at the screen, suddenly blinking away tears and wondering how an animated blue healer just made you rethink life before breakfast. Bluey, we love you, but could you please stop dropping emotional anvils on us before we've finished our cereal? Bluey has always had a way of making us laugh, think, and occasionally cry, but this episode hits different. It doesn't just tug on your heartstrings, it strums them like Bingo with a ukulele, right when you're least expecting it. In the show, Bluey and Bingo put on a playful home production about their parents' big life moments, how Bandit and Chili met, fell in love, got married, and the joyful moment Chili became pregnant. The whole thing starts off as a riot of wobbly costumes, over-the-top acting, and lots of giggles. You think you're settling in for pure fun. Then the air changes. In the middle of all the silliness, Bandit quietly reaches for Chili's hand. The laughter fades, the room stills, and suddenly, this isn't just part of the play. Their faces tell a story far deeper than the kids performing on stage could ever know. Most children probably breeze past the moment. It's just a pause in the show, right? But parents watching at home feel the weight instantly. And it's not just our imaginations. Joe Brum, Bluey's creator, confirmed that this scene was meant to reflect Chili's miscarriage, a loss unspoken but deeply felt. It's rare for a children's program to touch something this heavy, and even rarer to do it with such tenderness. Bluey doesn't shout its message, it whispers it. 1 second you're laughing at Bingo's cardboard props, and the next you're blinking away tears, wondering how an animated family of blue healers just made you rethink life over your morning cereal. Bluey, we adore you, but would it kill you to give us a little warning before you turn a light-hearted puppet show into a moment of profound grief? Some of us are just trying to drink our coffee without an existential crisis. Ever wonder what hidden secrets Bluey slips into her episodes? Stick around, because we're diving into one that might just break your heart. Bluey has a reputation for throwing emotional curveballs, but Sleepy Time. That episode launched one straight into orbit. While kids are dazzled by Bingo floating through space in her dream, parents are secretly wiping away tears and pretending they totally get how planetary dream physics work. But there's one small detail that's easy to miss, Mercury. Or, as I like to call it, the egg that never hatched. In Bingo's dream, the planets pop out of little cosmic eggs, symbolizing birth, new beginnings, and, let's be real, the fact that Bingo's dreams are way cooler than ours. But Mercury, it just sits there, quiet, unhatched, and right next to Chili, who's portrayed as the sun, the warm, loving center of it all. Now pop on your Bluey conspiracy theorist cap for a second. What if that unhatched planet isn't just a lazy artistic choice? What if it's a whisper of something deeper, a nod to a child who was conceived but never born? A little healer sister who never got to shine, but who still held close to Chili's heart? Think about it. The sun is a mother figure. Mercury is closest to her. Even if no one else sees it, she does. She always will. It's the kind of subtle storytelling Bluey sneaks in without fanfare. The kind that hits you in the gut while you're just trying to enjoy bedtime snuggles. Or maybe, Mercury's just an egg that didn't feel like hatching because it was having a nap. But if it is what we think it is, then Sleepy Time isn't just an episode about dreams. It's about love, loss, and the family we carry in our hearts, even if the world never gets to meet them. The infamous Chili's baby bump photo is a tiny detail that has Bluey fans spiraling into full detective mode. We all know Chili was pregnant with Bingo, but what if that picture hints at something more? What if, just maybe, it wasn't Bingo in there at all? What if there was another little healer pup who never got the chance to be part of the family? Let's connect the dots. In a few blink and you miss it moments, we see a younger Chili with a noticeable baby bump. But here's where things get interesting. Nowhere in the show does it explicitly state that this was Bingo. It's just a moment frozen in time with no direct reference to who that little pup was supposed to be. Now think about all the quiet, emotional beats throughout Bluey. Chili staring at the sky in Camping, the double rainbow in Rain, the unhatched planet in Sleepy Time. What if all of these moments are subtle nods to a child who was lost? A sister that Bluey and Bingo never got to meet? So, was this just a random pregnancy photo, or is Bluey quietly telling the story of a sister who never came? Either way, it adds a whole new layer of emotion to the Healer family history. Let's talk about Onsies, the Bluey episode that invites you in with adorable dogs and then wallops you with feelings so hard you're left emotionally winded on the couch. This is where we meet Chili's sister, Brandy, tall, orange, and carrying enough emotional baggage to make an airport conveyor belt file for workers' comp. She arrives with gifts, including a tiny baby onesie, and suddenly the atmosphere shifts. The room goes quieter than Bandit when he realizes bedtime's here, and he hasn't started dinner. At first, it's just warm sibling chatter, but then Brandy's voice falters and her pain surfaces. She's struggling with infertility. That alone is heartbreaking, yet it's Chili's reaction that makes the moment land differently. She doesn't just sympathize, she understands. It's the kind of silence that feels loaded, like when someone hands you a tissue before you've even started crying. And that's when the theory hits. What if this moment isn't only about Brandy? What if Chili herself has known pregnancy struggles, or even loss? Maybe that onesie wasn't just a sweet gift. Maybe it was a bittersweet reminder, a symbol of a child who was hoped for, but never born. Once again, Bluey proves it's not just a kids' show. It's a quiet, emotional battlefield where the writers slip in heartbreak with the subtlety of a Bandit dad joke, and we never see it coming. One second you're giggling at animated healers, and the next you're staring at the screen, holding back tears, wondering how a cartoon just captured the ache of unspoken grief. Trust Bluey to make you laugh 1 minute and then emotionally body slam you while you're still holding your cup of tea. In Camping, there's a quick moment where Chili looks up at the stars. Not just a casual glance, but the kind of stare that makes you wonder if she's mapping out the cosmos or downloading the entire universe into her brain. Most parents, in a rare peaceful moment, would be thinking normal stuff like, did I leave the oven on? How much screen time is educational if I squint hard enough? But Chili's face says something else. It's a look that feels heavier than a bandit-sized laundry pile. Fans have latched onto this scene, convinced she isn't just stargazing, she's remembering someone who never got to join their family under that same sky. A child who was there for a moment, but not long enough. It's a silent grief written in her eyes, the kind Bluey sneaks into the smallest details without saying a word. And that's the thing, Bluey doesn't do just because moments. The softened music, Chili's faraway gaze, the way she seems momentarily disconnected from everyone around her. It all feels intentional, like a quiet tribute to someone missing. Could it just be peaceful reflection? Sure. But knowing this show, probably not. Bluey has a way of yanking heartstrings without warning, twisting them into knots while you sit there thinking, Why am I crying over cartoon dogs under the stars? In Sticky Gecko, Chili drops a line that sounds ordinary at first. A casual sigh as she hustles Bluey and Bingo out the door. Come on, let's go, or we'll never get there. On the surface, it's classic parent frustration. Getting kids out the door is a daily battle, and anyone with small humans knows the struggle is real. But put on your Bluey detective hat, and suddenly those words feel heavier than a bandit-sized laundry pile. Some fans believe there's a quieter, bittersweet layer to that sigh. What if Chili isn't just worried about being late? What if she's alluding to a journey that was never completed? A child who never got to join their family? A hope that never fully hatched? Given the theories about Chili experiencing pregnancy loss, this small, fleeting line could carry enormous emotional weight. It's the kind of subtle storytelling Bluey excels at, slipping grief and longing into the simplest words, leaving viewers who are paying attention blinking back tears while the kids just keep running in circles. Or of course, maybe she really was just trying to get everyone out the door before Bandit called in reinforcements. But with Bluey, it's hard to tell where parent frustration ends and hidden heartbreak begins. That's the genius of the show. One second you're giggling at silly gecko antics, and the next you're staring at the screen wondering if a single sigh has just broken your heart. Hit that subscribe button, or Bandit might show up in your living room doing the cha-cha. Don't risk it. Subscribe now. Bingo, tiny, emotional powerhouse, capable of breaking our hearts while making us laugh, has an imaginary friend. At first, it seems like classic toddler creativity. A leaf becomes a best friend, and a box turns into a spaceship. But in true Bluey fashion, there might be more to it. A quiet, gut-punching hint at a sibling she never got to meet. Bingo's imagination is always wild. She turns ordinary games into dramatic adventures, from running a cafe with Bluey to orchestrating daring rescue missions. But with this invisible friend, her interactions feel different. She treats them like they've always been part of her life, personal, meaningful, and almost real. Think about it. Children often invent friends to fill gaps, loneliness, missing siblings, or even emotions too big to understand. If the theory about Chili experiencing a miscarriage is true, maybe Bingo senses that absence. Perhaps she's subconsciously making space for the sibling who never arrived, the one who was meant to be by her side in the chaos and joy of healer life. And of course, this is Bluey, the show that sneaks profound emotions into everyday play so effortlessly that we don't realize we're crying until it's too late. 1 minute, you're laughing at cardboard adventures. The next, you're quietly reflecting on a tiny pup's invisible companion and wondering about a little soul who never got to exist. So, what do you think? Is it sweet childhood imagination or another subtle emotional curveball from Bluey? Either way, prepare for some serious feelings and maybe a tissue or two before your next episode. Bingo's Dreams, a place where logic takes a back seat and emotions drive full speed ahead, are already a roller coaster. In Sleepy Time, an episode filled with cosmic wonder and subtle life lessons, one small detail quietly steals the show: a pink toy. At first glance, it looks like just another one of Bingo's stuffed animals floating through her dream. But this toy doesn't match her usual favorites. It's not a comfort item we see often, nor a plushie with a familiar backstory. So why is it here, in a space where every detail feels intentional? Some fans believe it's more than a random prop. Could the pink toy represent a missing sibling, the one hinted at across various Bluey Easter eggs? Dreams are often where our subconscious works through feelings and memories we don't fully grasp while awake. Maybe this is Bingo's way of connecting with a little brother or sister who never got to join the healer family. It wouldn't be the first time Bluey has woven subtle, emotional storytelling into its playful moments. The show has tackled grief, loss, and family struggles with delicate nuance, often leaving the heaviest feelings hidden between the laughter and chaos. In this light, a single pink toy becomes more than a dream prop. It's a quiet, heartbreaking symbol of someone who could have been. Or of course, maybe Bingo just really likes pink toys, and we're all diving headfirst into another Bluey conspiracy. But let's be honest, half the joy of this show is getting swept up in the emotional rabbit hole before the episode ends. Either way, next time you watch Sleepy Time, notice that pink toy. You might smile, you might tear up, and either way, you'll never see Bingo's dream quite the same way again. Thanks for watching. Click here for our next video. And hey, that's all for now.